I cheated on my wife and I truly regret it. Some background information: please note that I am not trying to justify any of my actions, because quite frankly I am disgusted by my actions and behavior. I suffer from moderate to severe depression and have extreme self-esteem, self-worth and financial inadequacy issues coupled with a bad alcohol problem. I've been with my wife for over 8 years. She is my best friend and I love her dearly. We have had on and off issues and problems over the years, mostly stemming from my personal issues. Last year I had a brief affair with another woman. I had gotten belligerently drunk and slept with woman I had been working on a project with. I barely remember our first interaction and immediately got physically sick afterwards. A few weeks later I told her that it was a mistake and that I loved my wife and that it could never happen again. Things were hard between my wife and I. There were things I said I felt like I needed in our relationship. Things to help me with my esteem issues. I wanted to feel wanted and desired by her. I wanted her to initiate our intimacy. I would constantly try to initiate only to be rejected on a near daily basis. I spiraled into a deep depression because it felt like my wife didn't want anything physically to do with me and would only let me in order to get me to stop trying. Again, and I cannot stress this enough, I am not trying to justify my actions one bit. Months went by and the woman started texting me highly suggestive pictures of herself. I should have nipped it in the bud then and there. But I didn't. I was weak and liked the attention. I liked the feeling of being wanted and desired, which was something that I hadn't felt in quite some time. Over the span of roughly 4 weeks I engaged in an emotional relationship and sometimes physical. We did some fooling around. I don't recall us having sex during this period, but the woman claims that we did. I honestly don't know, as I was drinking heavily during this period of my life. But mainly the relationship was one talking. We would text and occasionally go to lunch together. We would engage in sexting and image swapping. During this time I got very angry with my wife and we argued constantly. I felt ashamed at my actions and upset with her because I had only wanted what I was getting from the other woman from my wife. The attention and feeling of being wanted. Ultimately the other woman and I ended our relationship over the guilt, stress, and emptiness I was feeling. I tried to focus more on my marriage. Over the following 6 months I tried to be more positive, more attentive and more caring, hoping that my wife would recognize this and our relationship would improve. But it did not. I recently found out that it did not due to my actions towards her during the especially bad period. But I had started to spiral again into my deep depression. During this time another woman had contacted me on social media. We began talking and I fell back into my bad decisions. Although we never slept together, we would still sext and swap images. This started a vicious cycle with me. She would say things that would make me feel good about myself. Afterwards I'd feel terrible and guilty and lower than low. Then she'd message me saying more nice things and make me feel good again, and so on and so on. But it was still empty. It was ultimately meaningless since I had only truly wanted those things from my wife. Right as I was about to end that once and for all, my wife found out. She was devastated, and rightly so. I cannot believe what kind of person I had become. Since all of this I have been cleaning up my act. I have almost 90 days sober, quit smoking pot, quit smoking cigarettes, and am currently seeing a therapist to help me get to the root of my problem so that I will never ever do any of the terrible things I've done ever again. I don't want to be the kind of person that betrays the person I love and care about most in this world. I'm trying to be a better husband and partner. I want to try to make amends and to try to fix the damage that I have done. But I don't know where to start. How do I go about proving to my wife that I love her? How do I show her my regrets? How can she believe that I can change? That I only want to be the husband that she deserves? I love my wife so much and I can't believe how far I fell. I just don't know what to do. My wife is my life.
What is wrong with you?
I am diagnosed and currently take Zoloft to treat my depression. We are currently in couples counseling, and I feel like we are benefiting from it. Also, a few months ago I gave her the passwords to my phone and social media accounts. I'm trying to be as transparent about everything in my life as I can. This is the end of today's stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.